And ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for tapping in with us tonight. Doing all right. We're doing just fine here. Appreciate y'all. We're just tweaking everything as we go here. We're building this plane while it's in the air. So we appreciate y'all's patience and all that. We're gonna keep on working. We're not gonna work tomorrow though, Brian Broaddus. We're not gonna. Okay, you point your pencil.
No. Tell the folks why you're not working tomorrow.
Man, y'all. Well, man, you know that. You know, when the ratings on the draft show on .com go up like 15%.
Yeah.
Brian, what'd you say? 1 to 5? You say day 2 and day 3 was a 10 out of 10?
Oh yeah, overall it was a 10.
The first day would have been a 10 if we would have. The first day would have been a 10 if you say we would have been. You know, Brian, I don't know if y'all been doing this. This is my first time here at the party. But man, they said, man, Voch, man, we was looking over the numbers, man. They put their readers on, Derek Eagles and all, and Jerry Jones was there. They put their readers on. They say, damn, boy, Voch, boy, them numbers, boy, damn, them numbers went up, man. So, Voch, they put their arm around me, Brian Broaddus, and I was invited to the annual company dinner. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna. I ain't gonna tell y'all where we're gonna be at because I'm armed.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm armed. But maybe we'll tell y'all a story afterwards. But we're gonna go to a company dinner at a place that I can't afford to eat at. Brian Broaddus can afford to eat there because he's rich, but Voch can't afford to eat there on a regular. Brian Broaddus and Jerry Jones gonna write the check and write it off on his taxes at the end of the year, Brian Broaddus. So me and you can't come to work tomorrow because we're gonna be at the company dinner at that time.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, as you mentioned, should be some fun. We do this. You're absolutely right, and thank you for all your hard work. But more importantly, thanks to everybody out there who watched 3 days of draft coverage with us and all the shows that we did leading up to the draft. You know, all those. It was the numbers were up. Really appreciate everybody being a part of that, and again, appreciate your participation. So enjoy one on Jerry tomorrow night. It's a lot of fun. You just look at the menu and you don't worry about anything to the right, those prices, you just order. If you want to go in the back and pick out your own damn lobster, go do it.
Price ain't even on the menu, Brian Broaddus. I look.
Price on the menu.
On the menu. That mean one appetizer is $20. But it's all good. We're gonna rock with it.
It's all good. All right, let me ask you a question, man. Can I ask you a question?
Hell yeah, please. Jokes aside though, shouts out to the draft show crew. Shouts out to all y'all, man. Shouts out to my guys. Go ahead, bro. Please.
Yeah, appreciate everybody out there. Would you take Jair Alexander?
Man, you know where I was going, boy.
Or your guy down there in Miami?
Man, bro, you getting good at this, man, because I was sure going to bring you to the table.
You take Jair Alexander or a guy Jalen Ramsey down in Miami. Which one would you take? If you could have one of them.
Man, Brian Broaddus, man, let me tell you something. If I could only pick one.
You can.
I think Jalen Ramsey is the better, slightly more accomplished, been to a Super Bowl, so he knows how to,
Sure.
I think that'll bring some good experience to the locker room. I like Jair a lot.
Yeah.
He doesn't play a whole bunch.
Nope.
So Jalen Ramsey would cost a little more than Jair, I imagine.
Yes.
Brian, I just want to do what the Eagles will do, right?
Yeah. Get both of them.
The Eagles, they'll get Jair and Gilmore or something. Like they'll have a budget in mind, right? They'll go, all right,
sure.
The budget's $20 million. It'll either be Ramsey or it'll be Gilmore and Alexander.
Sure.
Shouts out to my guy Foots the King, Brian.
What's Foots doing?
Fussing online.
He's always fussing a lot.
Fuss was like, Voch. He didn't say Voch. He said to somebody else, but I just thought that he was talking to me. I'm out on Jair Alexander because he only plays half a season and he gets hurt. Well, Brian Broaddus, this is how I imagine it, right? Because I've been playing with Tyron my whole life. Tyron Smith my whole life, right?
Sure.
I say, man, how cool would it be from week 1 to week 10, you roll out there with Kyer Elam, Jair Alexander, Deron Bland, whatever you want to do. And look, it could be Alexander Gilmore Bland if you want.
Sure.
And if anything happens to Jair Alexander, you ain't got long till Trevon Diggs come tag himself in because he'll be healthy by then.
Yeah.
In my mind, you're not going to make a big future commitment to Jair Alexander. How I feel about George Pickens, I feel like George Pickens could be here for a long time. I wouldn't feel that way about Jair Alexander. So if you bring in Jair Alexander here as a rental because you need cornerback help, even if he's hurt guy, boy, your cornerback room looks so much better with that dude, at least week 1 through 10. At least. Yeah. That's how I feel, Brian.
Well, we know that they're not going to do it.
They're definitely not going to do it.
Because I was told they're not going to do it.
Oh, what'd you say?
I was told. Give me my guy. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
You look, I can't read.
I was told that. Yeah. I was told this morning that they're likely not going to do it. And so, but it didn't stop me from watching Jair Alexander. It didn't stop me from wanting to, and then making some calls. You know, it's a place I used to work.
Oh, that damn postseason game versus the Cowboys was a doozy, wasn't it?
Was. But they'll admit when Jair Alexander's on the field, teams are like 60% passers. When he's not on the field, they're like 70, 71. They'll admit it. They will say, though, that you do have to worry about the injuries. And if you watch him play, which I did this morning, he is not overly interested in being a tackler. Okay, so people listen to us right now and say, damn, Brian, we need a cover guy. But then we've also had discussions, very good discussions about Diggs and playing the run. Like not just Mozzie Smith, but everybody playing the run.
Sure.
Team defense, play the run. Jair's got a bad shoulder. Not interested in playing the run. You know, but he can cover. A man can cover man coverage stuff. He will gamble in zone, though. He'll gamble. He'll miss. You know, he'll guess a little. But, man, when he guesses, he can be right on cue, right where he needs to be. There's talk about him being a little different.
Yeah.
You know, they tell you the story about the whole thing with the coin flip, you know, with that whole he got suspended. He went out there and, you know, hometown Carolina, went out there, almost cost them an opportunity to get the ball and or play defense. It was pretty well known, but they still kind of hold that against him. They also worry about he'd practice on a Wednesday, practice on a Thursday, practice on a Friday, and not play on Sunday. Drove the coaches nuts.
Yeah.
So are you getting a guy that's going to be on best behavior, or is this who this guy is, who's a damn good football player? Damn good football player. Because you could watch him the first game against Philadelphia. You can watch him traveling. You can watch him the Houston game traveling.
Yeah.
You can watch him normally just play right corner is where he plays normally. But, man, like he can line up and get it done. I think Ramsey gives you more physicality, pass game, run game, in a team that kind of needs everybody to be good to play better run defense.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just my thought. But I'll tell you what, another rabbit hole I went down today too, and we'll get to maybe in another segment here. Went down the Von Miller rabbit hole.
Real fast, Brian, real fast. on
Jair. But I mean, I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Finish your thought on Jair. But I
gotcha.
like people were asking me like, what about Von Miller? What's Von Miller? What? And I'm like, okay, well, went down that rabbit hole too. But I think, me personally, I think I'd take Ramsey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I would take Ramsey over Alexander.
I do too. Put him in the nickel, put him outside.
But I'll tell you what, there's times where you could watch Alexander. Like there were 14 times this year that he played in the slot, and against the Texans, they're going to try and run on the 3rd and 4th. They're going to try and run Dalton Schultz underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do, they put Alexander on him, knowing that they're probably going to get some type of drag underneath and try and, that they were going to try and get the first down, hit Schultz, and then take it. See, we have Crown Global Media Studios. We go back and show those plays. We go back and draw. Yeah. But see, that's kind of where, but I think and you know me, like I love my guys in Green Bay. That's where I was. And I think they're honest with me about these things. Worry about that a little bit, man. Guy's a little, but man, you took Pickens.
Sure.
You brought Pickens in here and he's a little,
you can't have two of them, Brian. You can't have two.
I'd take one on defense, one on offense, but I think overall, I think I would take Ramsey over Alexander.
Yeah. Brian,
if you made me make a choice.
Do you think the Cowboys look at I know they don't mind moving on from like a day 3 pick, I mean we've seen them deal them forwards out. But you think it's the dollar amount with Ramsey? Because look, we actually talked about Ramsey and Alexander months ago on this show, on the Doing All Right.
Right.
But it's dollar amount for them though, right? Bro, let me ask you this. Voch says this. Do you think the Cowboys, how can I word this? Do you think the Cowboys understand, or do you think they care, or do you think they have a grasp on what the new cheap is? For example, $10 million for Jordan Lewis back in the day may seem like a lot of money. But when you see the cornerback market play out in free agency, $10 million for Jordan Lewis ain't that crazy now. You know what I'm saying? So do you think that they looked at $10 million as a lot of money pre-market, and now they see what $10 million looks like? Maybe they regret that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they got a different feel for what money looks like, or are they just, look, it don't matter what, like Ramsey's going to want something in the 20s, it's over with. I think Ramsey's worth some 20s, 21, 20, whatever that number is for Ramsey. I think it'll be worth that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Ramsey's number not going to be 35 or nothing like that.
No.
I think 20 is the new medium for starting corner, Brian, but go ahead, please.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think two things. I don't think they want to give up the pick, which they have.
Man, send that motherfucker over there. Yeah.
I know.
Let Miami draft some.
I don't think they want to trade for that contract. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
I should have just said the pick.
Okay.
I don't think they want to trade for the contract.
Okay.
I'd be interested if it turned into. I'd be interested, but man, you're going to be battling some teams. You're going to be battling the Rams.
Everybody.
You're going to be battling Minnesota. You're going to be battling the Raiders. You're probably battling the Eagles.
Yeah.
Even though the Eagles have, but that's an Eagles type of a move.
Yeah.
But I think that if like Jair Alexander might have some suitors. The problem is they're going to dig in and they're going to say the guy's crazy.
Yeah.
And he's not healthy. That's the two things that are going to get him. So he's going to be reasonable, I believe. Ramsey, I don't think is going to be reasonable if he hits the street. I don't think anybody wants to trade for the contract. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I got you.
Instead of giving up a pick, I think Dallas was willing to give up They just don't want to trade for the contract. They want to try and see, well, wait a minute, could this be a $15 million player, or is it going to automatically be a $20 million player?
Yeah. So, of course, see, man, Brian, we really just have a conversation. We know that Jalen Ramsey ain't gonna be like we know that situation ain't gonna make no sense as long as brother
God,
Jones
it would
over there.
fix.
It'll fix everything, Brian. It'll fix everything.
It would put the absolute cap.
You'd be legitimate. You would be legitimate.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys ain't gonna do that. But we knew.
See, it's funny. Our friend Prince Faisal
say?
Over in Saudi Arabia, huge Cowboys fan, as we all know. Prince Faisal he and I were texting this morning. He's like, they got to go get Ramsey. And I'm like, yeah, let me check. And so I checked, and then the next text back was, I know they're not going to do this.
Yeah.
I know they're not. I mean, I don't even need you to give me an answer what they're going to, because I know they're not going to do this.
Yeah.
And he's right, because you get a text back from a couple different people. It's like, no, we're gonna just keep looking, but we're not going that route. But see, that's what, to me, he's right in that this would be the cap. Yeah. This would be the pickings. This would be, man, you had a really good off season.
This would be the pickings.
And going to getting guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So for Rams, it's the money, right? What's the red flag for Alexander? You think
Injuries.
That so is injury. So Cowboys, if you had to guess, the Cowboys are saying, attitude, money, whatever, but he gets hurt, so we can't count on him. That what you're saying?
Yeah. Even though the Cowboys have hurt players themselves.
They sure do.
All
our corners hurt right now. Brian,
all of them hurt.
Do you think if our cornerback room was a little more healthy that you could take a chance on a hurt guy outside? But since everybody knee hurt right now, it wouldn't make sense.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I got you.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Alexander would help you.
Yeah, for sure.
He'd absolutely help you.
Yeah.
And everybody out there knows that.
What about Samuel? Asante Samuel.
What's he dealing with?
I
know somebody at 5 a.m. is going to tell me what he's dealing with.
Yeah.
Are we dealing with a neck injury there?
I got to ask my source. I don't know, but he shouldn't just I feel like he was a good enough player last we saw to where he shouldn't just be sitting around right now.
I'm looking this up real quick. I'm looking this up.
Okay, cool. That's another name that Cowboy fans are kind of interested in. There's this trio of corners is Ramsey, Samuel, and is Alexander that Cowboy fans are interested in. And I just haven't heard a thing about Samuels. Asante Samuels Jr. I haven't heard a thing about him. And last
neck surgery.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Neck surgery in April 2025. He underwent neck surgery and is recovering. He's got a stinger symptoms that he's dealing with from birth. So he's got nerve symptoms in his neck and shoulders that flared up early in 2024 and again in midseason. And he went on injury reserve in week 4. Early July checkup, plan to assess neck recovery before he resumes team visits and negotiations.
Okay. Wow.
So you're not going to see him until July. Who else is there? Somebody else that who was the guy the Dolphins released? The Dolphins let go of a corner. God dang it, I hate when I do this.
I'll look it up for you, bro. We got the internet. It's a Dolphins corner that got released?
Yeah, the Dolphins released a corner that people were asking me about him. I write this down on one of my.
Well, you can Google Dolphins cut. Well, that's Dolphins cute. Dolphins cut. Kendall Fuller.
I wrote it down right here. Got it right here. Okay. Kendall Fuller.
Gotcha.
Yep. Got it. I forgot his name. Kendall Fuller. Need to look at him. Need to find out. I don't think there's anything wrong physically with Kendall Fuller.
Yeah.
People are asking me about him.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, people asked me about Sam Williams. Remember that? And I went into the comments, and I don't know if I did it right. Remember Sam Williams? People were asking, like, what's the scoop of Sam Williams?
Yeah.
Sam Williams, he's ready to practice.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Somebody asked me about, they saw a picture of him wearing a knee brace. He will wear that knee brace this year because of the position he plays.
Yeah.
So I think I answered the questions for somebody there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, somebody asked me, they're like, well, what about Sam Williams? Sam Williams could practice right now. If we go to these mini camp practices, Sam Williams could practice, but they're going to hold him to camp. But the knee brace, you see him in pictures, he has to wear that because of his position. That's what I was been told.
Man, Brian, bro, what you came on this show saying Von Miller name for? Why you say
how about that?
Why you roll up and say
we had
that
a
name?
discussion. We had a discussion on 105.3 The Fan, my show, the G-Bag Nation, 2 to 7, Monday through Friday. And we had a discussion about players that are out there. And how much would Von Miller be, and how much would you like to have Von Miller as a player?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, damn, let me watch Von Miller and kind of figure these things out.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what. Watched him against Arizona, which is a tough because of Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that's hard to get.
Watched him against the Ravens, tough because of Jackson. Yes. But you got to watch him play in those games.
Yeah.
Von Miller could still rush the passer. Von Miller still got that ability. Matter of fact, Arizona. Remember we were all talking about Will Hernandez?
Yes, sir.
From Arizona. He was playing guard for Arizona.
Yes, sir.
Von Miller, they're going to try and double Von Miller on the outside. He is up the field and past the tackle before Will Hernandez has a chance to get out of his stance. But here we go. Von Miller, when the ball now goes away from him, he doesn't have the burst.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the ability. He doesn't have the 35, 36-year-old body. Still rush the passer, still fight, still rip, still dip, do all that stuff. But Von Miller doesn't have the ability to run down ball carriers from the backside.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. And when the ball goes to the outside of him, if he's just a little late, he doesn't have the burst to get out there and make the play. Like you watch guys like Micah and those guys, even like an Overshown. I know Overshown plays off-ball linebacker, but their ability to plant and then run. Von Miller, he used to do that all the time. He does not have that trait anymore.
Yeah.
You're trying to find that play in that play in that Arizona game.
Yeah, man. I just want to see what that play looked like. Thing about Von though, Brian, is we don't need Von Miller to be old Von Miller, and you really don't need him to be Micah Parsons neither. If he could just be like better than Peyton Turner or something, or if he could just be a little better than
Peyton Turner now.
He in the pass rush.
What do we envision Peyton? Yeah.
So Von will have to be like a Sam competition guy.
Yeah.
And Sam got a lot of fighting to do already. That'll be a lot on him. But yeah.
I tell you what, if Von Miller, if he wanted to play, I'd sure bring him in. Von Miller might be one of those guys when you and I get to camp in the middle of training camp practice and stuff. All of a sudden we see old Von Miller show up. One of those, hey, oh look, it's Von Miller. Hey, we're like they were rolling those guys through.
Yeah. I mean, Brian, man, June 1st was 8 days ago, man. Like, them old pesky,
it ain't happening, bro.
Them old pesky June 1s, man. Like,
it ain't. You know what? It was June 1 was a thought. I think they're going to be involved. I need to now figure out the UFL players they're going after.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I need to figure that out.
And look, I love Turpin, and I think like Brandon Arbery was like one of them people too. Shouts out to them, Brian. But I'm looking for some real characters to come here and play some football, Brian brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not against those guys. Not against those guys. But I'm looking for somebody that's clearly better than what we got right now. I think that's kind of where we at with it.
Where would you put Von Miller in the relationship of all your edge rushers?
I think that'll give me a reason to move Micah Parsons around more than what I had at first. And honestly, I think it'll take a little pressure off Donovan Ezeraku. It'll be cool for Donovan to come in and be a rookie and do fantastic things, but he is a rookie. And if I was a GM, Brian, it's just me personally. I would lean into playing my rookies, but I wouldn't want to put a lot of faith in them like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever we get from Donovan as a rocket would be cool, but I want my first NASCAR package to be Michael Parsons, Dante Fowler. I'm about to do a video on him, and Von Miller. And if I get anything from Donovan after that, then we having a party. I don't want to walk into a season going, all right, Donovan, man, we need at least 8 sacks from you if you're going to be the third pass rusher guy. I think that's unfair to the young dudes like that. You know what I mean? So I would expect a lot of them, but I would still have a backup plan like Von Miller in place. Just like Tyler Guyton last year. Look, throwing offensive linemen in hot water has worked for the most part. But if you're going to draft Tyler Guyton, I would have loved for him to have somebody ahead of him to let him sit down for a year. I think that would have benefited him a lot more. But I'm not the GM. I'm just a Crown Global Media talent guy. But go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I was going to see in the hierarchy of power ranking him.
He'd be like third. Von Miller would probably be third behind Dante.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be foolish to believe that Donovan Ezraku's rookie campaign, he'll be better than like Von Miller right now. And Donovan's probably not the most seasoned run game guy right now. Von's old, but at least he has a feel.
Oh, no, he knows how to play the run. Yeah.
He has a feel for the run game. So, I don't want to be foolish to believe that he'll just, walk out better than that. So, yeah, Von will be our third guy, possibly behind Dante Fowler. He might be better than Dante Fowler, Brian. I don't know. Like, Dante didn't have to chase around Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray all day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
It was fun. It was fun tape to watch. It was tough, but he did the best he could.
Brian, I understand.
I think Von Miller's got some stuff left, though. I do.
I understand that, Gilmore is a backup plan for a corner, Brian Bros, but does he know that? Because I think we'll all be upset if Stephon Gilmore roll out the bed one day, sign with Jacksonville, and we like, well, damn, there's our plan at corner because we waiting around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why do I think they're going to go like another week in camp?
Yeah.
10 days.
Yeah.
They're going to let these guys, they're going to realize that probably need to be a little bit better there.
Why they got to wait so long to know something that Voch and Brian know already? Why they got to do that?
Told you the last time they cared about what I said was 2005.
Voch and Brian know that running back, one tech, and corner can be a bit of a problem right now. Why they got to wait so long?
Yeah.
Why they want to see what they got in Kalen Carson and Justin Rogers and damn Phil Maffa first? Why they got to wait them out? Defensive tackle Brian Bros. You think any June 1? No. DJ Reader's a name that's been thrown around a lot, Brian. You ain't heard nothing? Because look, I got sources.
Do I need to watch DJ Reader?
You ain't got to watch DJ Reader because DJ Reader whoop ass Brian Broaddus. But Detroit got a lot of one techs over there. Then they drafted Tyleek Williams. DJ Reader might be a contract guy.
We like that Tyleek Williams.
I was a big fan of Tyleek Williams.
I was with you on that one.
But there's a portion of Cowboy Nation that feels like, well, everybody should feel like we could possibly use a little more help at one tech, and that DJ Reader would be a really good post June.
I'm gonna watch him. I'm gonna watch DJ Reader.
Man, I can't wait to hear your report about that Wednesday because we're not coming to work tomorrow. But I would love to hear your report on that because DJ Reader would fit this. If you walk away with DJ Reader and Jalen Ramsey in this thing, you ready to go compete. You ready to go play. But it looked like we're gonna have Kalen Carson and Justin Rogers, Brian. Are you good with that? Are you good with those guys?
No, I'm not good with that.
Okay.
No, I'm not good with that. I'm not good. I mean, I'm good with, I want to see Carson because I was a guy that was cheerleading for him last year. I liked him coming out of Wake Forest.
Yeah.
I want to see him succeed. I do.
Yeah.
Rogers, I don't know. Carson, yeah. I don't want to be wrong about him. But right now, I mean, he didn't play worth a damn last year. Got hurt. They got thrown to deep into the pool, started to drown.
Yeah.
Lifeguard saved him,
Yeah. I'm just looking over at my other monitor, Brian Broaddus. Von Miller going crazy over here. he ain't look, and look, these are highlights. I get it, but he's just a free agent. He's just sitting out there chilling still,
raising chickens.
And the Cowboys ain't serious, Brian. What time is? How long we been potting? We had 30. Yeah, we had 30 minutes. All right, Brian Broaddus, man. Look, good show, sir. Thank you very much. I'm up here looking at Von Miller, ungrateful. No matter how many pass rushes we got, but ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to be dropping the show tomorrow because we'll be eating or something. But if y'all want to recap and see some pictures or something, I'll see if we can. I'm not gonna take the picture, but if somebody else take them and I get them, I'll show y'all what the hell we did there. But
we'll post it. We'll post a team picture. I'll post a team picture tomorrow.
Yeah. We should because my outfit gonna be on
spiffy.
Spiffy, Brian Broaddus, spiffy. Follow Brian Broaddus. Y'all could be sure to get any updates that he puts out in the future. I know there's a lot of people asking. Voch, Brian, where's the Crown Global Media page?
Yeah, if I can make an announcement on that, got our website coming up. Matter of fact, full blown website. Really excited about it. Should be up here in a couple of days. Really excited. I've taken some ideas from some of the pro teams and how number one thing is make it very accessible to everybody out there, but have a lot of content to be able to run our shows, house our shows, run live shows when we get to that. Have abilities to go in there and read about the host and things like that, content, all those things that we're going to do with it. But yeah, Crown Global Media website should be up here in the next 2 or 3 days. We're really excited about that. And then working on the studio, getting all that taken care of. I didn't realize there was so much work, but a lot of equipment, a lot of cameras, a lot of things that we want to look forward to. The touchscreen stuff I was talking about, the ability to highlight plays, draw plays, talk about, the Cowboys breakdown film for you guys. That's an exciting thing we're looking to do. So yeah, going to get all this stuff going at the same time. But like when we get that web, the web page up and all that, I hope everybody takes a chance to go through it, look through it and kind of get an idea what we're going to try and do here.
Sounds fantastic, Brian Broaddus. But yeah, y'all follow him on all those platforms. Y'all follow me at VOCHLOMBARDI. And we'll be back tomorrow with some more conversation. Hey, look, we're not gonna stop working. We got something to talk about. We're gonna talk about these safeties. Talk about these safeties or something. But yeah, we'll be back Wednesday. All right, love y'all to peace. Until next time. Crown.